thing that impressed me, and I kept talking to Chuck about over and over, is, my goodness, this team looks like it's in mid-season form, and we're out here. Officially, you've been practicing basically for what, 2 weeks, a week and a half, if that long?
A little over a week.
Unbelievable effort. And let's talk about the pitching first, Chuck, because we used, how many tonight? We used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on the mound, and all 6 can throw the heck out of the ball. And let's just start with Justin Woods.
Now Woods had surgery a little over a year ago on his shoulder, so he's been coming back with the rehab process. He's done everything he's supposed to do and more, and what a way to come back tonight. He looked great.
Well, he had a great outing out of Vince Hyde. Vince worked his normal, fast pace and was sharp, and Van Landingham was sharp, and then it just went better from there because everybody you threw out on the mound. Gardner had a little problem at the end, but that might have been standing out in right field for 2 hours just standing there because your pitching staff wasn't letting the rest of the defense. Talk about your pitching staff overall.
Yeah, that's the one thing we've worked our hardest, I think, in the off-season, is getting these pitchers ready for the season. Lots of bullpens, lots of drills, mechanics, and they came out and put it together tonight.
Let's move to the offensive side, Coach, because anytime that your pitching staff gives up only 2 hits and strikes out 10 in a scrimmage, you always think that your pitching staff's ahead of the hitters. But that's not the case tonight because your hitters they go up there, they're aggressive attitude.
That's right. That's what we really focus on here. Hitting-wise, it's being aggressive, trying to drive the ball, and that's what they did tonight.
What were you trying, when you came into the game, was there a plan? You and your coaching staff sat down and had to look, this is what we're going to try and accomplish? Or was it just that you just wanted to see how the kids played the first time out?
That's all we were looking for tonight, just let them be out there and play, get a feel for the live situations, get the jitters out, but it didn't look like they had any tonight.
And we're looking at this baseball team in mid-season form, and you still don't have Stratton and Chad Christopher back.
Right. Yeah, they're still in basketball. They start their playoffs next week, so it's going to be exciting to put those 2 back in lineup as well.
Overall, Coach, are you pleased with your team?
Cannot be more pleased. Cannot be more pleased.
All right, Coach, excuse me, Chuck, I'm sorry.
No, is it an annulment for things to come?
Let's hope so.
Well, tell us about the next week. What is your plan for the next week? Practice schedule. I know Saturday, we talked a little bit last night. Tell us, let everybody know what's happening with this program in the next week and what you're going to do to get ready for that first real game.
We're getting regular practice tomorrow. We're going to hit it hard Saturday, get some defense stuff out of the way Saturday, and the next week, I think Eric and I and the rest of the pitching staff can let these hitters see some more live at-bats, first 3 or 4 days of next week. So we'll get some more live ABs next week.
So Saturday's a big day.
Yeah, we're going to hit the defense and details hard Saturday.
Do you have anything to clean up that you saw from tonight? Is it, you really weren't pushed in any aspect of the game. Your pitching staff was well, but do you see anything you might have to clean up?
I think we're going to work a little harder on our 2-strike approach. Some long, big swings and some 2-strike counts tonight. Shorten those up. I really don't have any complaints.
Coach, and you have to probably give the badge of courage, for the game to Woodbury. I mean, the kid just gets a free pass, but twice gets hit. And you have to feel for the kid because when they make the pitching change and this kid's throwing the ball all over the place and Woodbury puts his head down. Did you say anything to Woodbury about getting hit twice?
No, not really. Woodbury, he's a gamer. He gets out there and he wants to win, so he'll do whatever it takes.
Coach, you're not really big, but you just got even the small kids and smallest size kids swing the bat aggressively and make great contact. And, Dave and I, all game long, all scrimmage long, kept talking about the way you attack at the plate, your approach at the plate. What contributes to that? Because you don't see that on a high school team this early in the season.
Right. I think a lot of the smaller kids really driving the ball. They worked hard in the weight room this year. I think that's big. Like you said, we're not very big, but we're strong. We're aggressive. And I think you put those 2 things together, you got a good lineup.
Outstanding. Well, I'm going to let the coach go. And folks, we'll be back right after this break, and Chuck and I will wrap it up here from the Tuscola baseball field.
Thanks, guys.
Do that. I'm going to tell you. Welcome back to the post-game show here on Tuscola Baseball on the Tuscola Baseball Network on AM 1400 and AM 1400 The Peak. AM1400thepeak.com. I'm sorry, folks. The coach, we're going to keep the coach with us for our last segment of the night because there's so much that we took out of tonight just besides the game. And Chuck and I want to know one thing. I know what your answer is going to be, and I don't want to put you on the spot. What are the goals for this ball club?
Our first goal this year is, take it game by game, but, the big goal is to win a conference championship again. That's what we're striving towards. We don't get in the playoffs until we get there. So our first main goal is another conference championship.
Coach, I mean, where does that, you watch your kids out there and they have this moxie, swagger. And, you're talking about play it game by game, and as a former high school coach, kids that I coach, you could tell them that, but they wouldn't buy into it. I'm believing your kids believe, we're just taking it game by game, and you play with this swagger. Where does all that come from?
I think it just comes from the kids. It's something you really can't teach. It's either in them or it's not. We got 15 guys, it's in them. It's in them.
Now, how many pitchers do you have? Because we're sitting here going, well, this is 6, and we're missing 1, and Chad Christopher, and did you use every pitcher that was available?
Through 6 tonight, you throw Rob and Chad in there, so that makes 8.
8 pitchers. High school teams would love to have 3.
3.
And he's got 8.
Oh, we're deep.
Do you feel a little greedy right now, Coach?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Well, Coach, thank you so much. Appreciate your time, and thank you for working so hard with us to get this to everyone out in the community.
Absolutely.
Because this tonight was really special.